Describe yourself in 5 fictional characters. Most of you have probably completed this challenge or some other form of this challenge, whether if it was a dare or a test of characterization. For some, it was hard. For others, it was easy. For me personally, it was relatively easy. I already had a few characters in mind for this challenge, and I had ways to justify my choices. I guess it's because I can connect easily with characters when they show or do something I can relate to. So today I'll be sharing with you guys 5 fictional characters that I would say describe myself. Number 1. Dipper Pines from Gravity Falls. Okay, I'm being kind of biased as my choice scene, as Dipper is one of my favorite characters besides Triangle Senpai from Gravity Falls. But the reason why he's one of my favorite characters is because I find he's so relatable. So much so, my friends in real life say I'm practically the female version of Dipper. And I'm not afraid to agree. I, like Dipper, am a nerd, a fangirl. Basically, if I hear anyone mention or say something about Gravity Falls or any of my other fandoms, I go fan crazy. I like mysteries. I like to work solo most of the time. I don't have many friends in real life, and I'm also teased for being cute and for sneezing like a kitten. Something else I can relate to is why Dipper prefers to be called by nicknames, though in his case it's due to the fact that he doesn't like his real name. Now for me, I don't dislike my real name, but I guess I just like the rush when I get when someone calls me by one of my nicknames. Dawn, Luna. Additionally, similar to Dip, at home I'm the youngest and I'm sometimes treated like the home servant. I'd love to go on, but I gotta get to the other characters. Finally, like the little small bean, I just want people to listen and understand me. Number 2. Bill Cipher from Gravity Falls. Now I know what you're thinking. What? The girl who just called herself the female version of Dipper Pines can be like Bill Cipher, the polar opposite? I am a mix of many different characters, my little writers. When I want to, I can be as, if not more, theatrical, outrageous, unpredictable, and crazy as Bill. Plus, like Bill, most of the time, I like to stand out in a crowd, not following the norm, hipster. And I'm not afraid to show off that I'm weird and I'm proud of it. Number 3. Tim Wright from Marble Hornets. Okay, first, to clear this up, Tim Wright is an actual fictional character. He's played by a real guy, but he is a fictional character. Secondly, for those of you who don't know this guy or haven't seen MH, Tim Wright is one of the main characters from the online web series Marble Hornets, a series documenting the supernatural occurrences surrounding an abandoned student film project. This series, and many others it inspired, featured the telltale interweb horror Slender Man as the main monster of the series. But enough of that, back to Tim. Now, in terms of relatability, Tim is, to a lot of fans, very, very relatable. Sometimes I feel that, like Tim, I have my mental battles. I may have to keep secrets to protect the ones I care for, not let others see the darker side of myself. And sometimes I feel like I have to act strong for the sake of others. Finally, there's one quote from Tim that I'll always remember. And there are a lot of famous quotes from him, like the famous "I was doing fine, I was getting better," or when he was in the hospital. Spoilers. But this is the one quote I remember from the Marble Hornets trailer that was released by Thak. These are Tim's exact words. Whenever I'm around other people, I feel like I'm wearing a mask to hide who I really am. Now, I remember hearing this quote when I was still back to being a creepypasta fan, and I was kind of emo back then. But even now, this quote just speaks volumes to me. Number 4. Twilight Sparkle from My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. What can I say? I'm a nerd among nerds. I'll be saying nerds a lot in this video. Like Twilight, I am a nerd. I love to read on my own time, and I tend to work alone. With that, I sometimes isolate myself from my friends and family, most of my family, when I'm working on something. Most of the time, I disappear into my room and only come out for meals and such. Finally, like Twilight, if a deadline is near and I don't have my work done, I can kind of come close to having a mental breakdown, like she did in the episode Lesson 0. I'm actually just now realizing that these parts aren't that long, but I don't know, it felt long when I was actually writing this. And last, but certainly not least, number 5. Drumroll please. Ta-da. Jack Skellington from The Nightmare Before Christmas. Ha! Bet you never saw this one coming. But in all seriousness, Jack was one of the very first characters I could relate to as a child. The desire to break free from the norm, find and do something new, and explore outside of my little world, even if it'll be risky. Yeah, well, most little girls my age were idolizing Disney princesses, which I did do at some point. Most of the time, I was idolizing a skeleton. Like Jack, as a kid, and even now, most of my world consisted of my home and family. Not much else, not a lot of friends. Also, like him, I still have the plain curiosity and wonderment of a child, which shows when I'm out in public in real life. Plus, Jack was a character who inspired me to stand out, and also started my love for all things creepy. Jack Skellington will always be a character I'll remember from my childhood, and will always be relatable. So those are my 5 fictional characters I would say describe myself. But what about you? Have you done the 5 fictional character challenge? Which 5 fictional characters would you say describe yourself? Leave your thoughts and answers in the comments, and remember to hit that like button with your nose if you enjoyed, share with a friend, subscribe, and remember to share your story/challenge on Instagram, Tumblr, and other social media sites. If you want to, record your challenge answers, like I did, using the hashtag 5ficCharacterChallenge. Please make this happen. I want to see if people actually do this. Spread the word, please. And until next story time, my little writers, I'll be watching you. Bye!